Rashford, bad performance.
You get dropped, Ben.
And
then you go and
your first line of action is to go to
grant an
and
interview.
me, I'll be honest. I'll say
chance.
it. Me as someone I'm a Rashford supporter, and that interview was stupid. There's
What?
no other way to describe it. It was so
has to go.
unnecessary.
But he's been. I feel like he's been on this PR path for him. You know, remember once upon a time when he was everybody's darling boy. He had written some book. He was going around.
He was
feeding the
people.
kid.
Oh, he even did it this
commissioning his book and things.
He went to feed the kid. They went to grant the interview.
Yeah, he did it.
Grant
PR.
Yeah, he did it.
I said that is my topmost foreign story.
Let me talk to you real quick about.
Oh yeah,
top
biggest foreign story. It has to be the Ten Hag sacking. It has to be because look,
coaches are hired to be fired.
But exactly. But when Ten Hag got sacked, we had to do a live program. Yeah, because it was big.
Man United.
It was big.
It was not bigger than when Jose was sacked.
We did
You
a
remember
live
when Jose
program.
was sacked?
Yeah, I remember.
I was working. Then I
called him.
saw my phone.
I called him.
In fact, there's a video in this building where people celebrated. They were in a huddle, like they were jumping. Fred,
I called
Nathan, Akoto.
No, I wasn't
Pastor
when they sacked Pastor Mourinho.
Yes.
Fred and
Fred, Godfred.
And I remember when I called Chris.
They were holding each other, hugging each other. I'll find a video for you.
Exact words when I called him to tell him Jose had been sacked. He said, "Hey, United have chosen Pogba over Mourinho." Those were his exact words.
And for me,
I disagreed with that. I thought Mourinho. I still feel that he's been vindicated because at the time it was player power.
Yeah,
that is what Rashford cannot survive.
The
Now
very
the player power is dying at United.
The very popular Mourinho phrase about Man United players, he said where they play,
and
how they play, and if they play.
Since he left, all those players, Zuku, Mutum, Banza, Hamisha.
and yes,
Ten Hag,
so
okay.
that's the Ten Hag bit. And yeah, I wanted to do a little bit about the Boston Celtics finally getting over the.
Oh yes, that's a big deal.
But yeah, I have to do the Rodri bit. Unfortunately, football trumps it. The Rodri bit, because it has been years. It has been happening year after year after year that you have worthy candidates who should be winning the Ballon d'Or, but are not attacking midfielders, are not strikers, so they get passed over. That for me was the biggest selling point in this whole Rodri issue. That some years back, Manuel Neuer should have won the award. Some years back,
Wesley Sneijder
should have won the award. Those years, it went to Messi, Ronaldo, and co.
Wesley Sneijder,
it shouldn't have gone to.
If you say those guys, I understand, but Wesley Sneijder,
no problem. That's your opinion. And so for me to have a defensive midfielder be the one to get this award ahead of an attacker in the year 2024
was a national team was
in the year 2024
you win an award like that based on only your club performance in the national team year.
In the year 2024 where it's all about goals, assists, hockey assists, all of that.
The assists behind the assists,
the hockey assists, hockey assists, passes into the final third, all of those things, chance created, opportunities created. But to have a defensive midfielder win the award, yes, that for me it was one of the biggest storylines or points or highlights of 2024. So these two for me.
Mr. Graham?
Oh, I think Rodri is a big one, but I'll say Pep Guardiola. I think his arc this season, from where he's come from May to now, I think it's a huge story because he does something unprecedented in English football. 4 straight top flight titles, never been done. So he proves that he's one of the most excellent managers to ever manage in England with that achievement. And suddenly we are here where he's one win in 11 games, and you're asking yourself, is he the right man for the job? How long can this go on? Would they eventually sack him? So I think his arc, let me say, the story up and his down has been a very interesting story. So I think, and it will continue into next year, but I think Pep Guardiola has been the most interesting story for the right reasons and the wrong reasons at the same time.
You got one more, or you just want to go
I think Pep Guardiola for me is the biggest one.
Spain winning the Euros, not necessarily that it was a surprise for me. It's one, the type of football they played to win, and two, Lamine Yamal. I don't think I've seen a 17-year-old play the way he did in a competition, took charge of a competition and dominated and was brilliant from start to finish. I thought he would struggle in certain games, but he was brilliant. And top of that was that semi-final against France, where he reminded Adrien Rabiot.
Don't talk smack about.
Yeah, did a number on Adrien Rabiot and scored on him, and it was brilliant. The other story is from the Olympics, Team USA winning the men's basketball gold.
Yeah,
not because it was a surprise,
shot.
but how the story played out and all of that, and then the 2 games in which Steph Curry, I think, they say Steph Curry's greatness, I think, was never in doubt, but it almost always felt that
he had never done it at the national team level.
People say that he needed something. Okay, so he won the finals MVP. So it's left with that one thing. Then when the USA needed him the most, he actually showed up, got them past Serbia, got them past France, gave them an Olympic gold medal. And I think the Steph story is complete now. Anything after that gold medal
is just a top up.
Is a bonus. Whatever he wins or mean is a bonus. But I think just finding the right time to wake up in a competition and take your team,
because you have struggled earlier in the
take
competition.
Your team from the pits to the very top. For me, it was just brilliant.
Actually, I have one more, but it's not as popular. But it's just I watched the NFL a bit. I think the Kansas City Chiefs going back to back, looking at number 3. They've had a very good season this year. They've only lost 1 game. They are looking very good. I think that's also very important. It's very, because back to back is not easy in the NFL. It's very rarely done.
Back to back is never easy.
It's not easy in any sport, but in the NFL especially, because it's single knockouts. A lot of American sports have the 7-game playoffs. So if you mess up, you have a chance to come back. But in the NFL, there's no take-backs. There's no do-overs. You have to get it right. You have to execute, which is why it's the most popular sport in America, because the only one where there's no second chances. So I think they've done very well to go back to back, and they're looking to go again, but we'll see.
My biggest stories, I think I'll take the first one from Letsile Tebogo and Noah Laos. So Laos winning 100 meters at the Olympics, because he had talked a lot of smack before, and he had become public enemy number 1. Everybody was rooting for him.
He was even fighting with the basketball players, saying they are not well.
In fact, if people from your own country are rooting for you to lose, like that's like a different level of hate.
But you see, it was funny because he was absolutely right. Winning the NBA championship,
he taps people's egos.
Does not make you world champion. You are the best team in the world. Clearly, no one is going to disagree.
But you are not.
You are not world champion.
That's what it is.
And technically, they are still not world champion. Germany are world champion. They were Olympic champions.
Don't let Kevin Durant hear you say this. Let's see Tebogo winning 200 meters was a big deal as well. That was.
And look at what it did when he went back to Botswana. They had a public holiday and thing. It's a small country.
Almost got $500,000 for his
they're a small country. I don't think their population is that big.
So
it's like
2 million,
3 million, I think. About
So in fact, in that stead, let me just rope in Alfred. What's her name? Julian Alfred, the woman.
Yes.
She also did some great stuff for I think Saint Lucia.
You know, these small islands, it's a big deal.
It was a huge deal for them.
And I just want to say that story. Look,
which one is this?
The 2 stories, especially the Tebogo one. See,
investment
are people who run sports. If you want to see what it means to people, watch the clip of when he went back. See, look, people may not. Somebody was asking me. So when you guys watch sports, you are in Ghana, your team is in England, and they win, and you are happy. Tell them that it may not put money in my pocket, but there's a certain joy and value. Chris, last Sunday's Manchester derby, when the game happened, I couldn't believe it. I watched the highlights Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night.
And he always says that when his team wins, and he go watch highlights the whole week.
And you see, all I'm saying, the people who run sports, they need to understand the joy it gives your country.
It's a typical example is the Namibia boy, the one who ran in the Olympics, who won the gold medal.
That's what you're saying. From Botswana. You see,
the whole country holiday. One person, just one person.
So the people who run our sports, they need to understand the value. See, we may not win, we may not get anything monetary or tangible.
I don't need it.
But you see, you can use it to uplift a country.
It gives life.